recording to the cloud. This is week 5 of R678. I can't believe we're getting to week 5. And we get a week 5 sneak preview. It's on Saturday before week 5, actually, because I've invited my former advisee, Merve Basdogan from Texas Tech, TTU University. She just started back in August. And as a new or early career person, she's got a lot on her plate. So I'm indebted to her for popping in today to do a quick demonstration, quick discussion of some immersive worlds that she's been playing around with. And Merve is originally from Turkey, where she's got an undergraduate degree in this field, a master's in this field, and her doctorate in IST at Indiana University. We're in the midst of editing a paper right now based on her dissertation for potential publication, and we have another one in press. She's been very successful. In fact, she worked for IU in different capacities, both in instructional consulting office within the School of Education, as well as a AI associate instructor teaching undergraduate W200, as well as more advanced courses for teacher training, and in particular for public health students. And that bode well for her because she got hired full-time by the School of Public Health after she got her doctorate as sort of a postdoc or preparation for where she's at now. Another postdoc-ish experience that she's had, or pre-doc and postdoc, was working for the Mosaic Project for our current dean, Dr. Stacy Maroney, who's now the dean of the School of Education at IU. The Mosaic Project is an active learning technology project with space, furniture. And she's written several articles about the utilization of space for active, engaging, interactive, collaborative forms of learning, powerful forms of learning, in effect. Merve is one of the best instructional design, or the best instructional designer. She's on the screen, she hears me. The best instructional designer I've ever met, especially in terms of frameworks, models, visuals, and thinking about the macro lens that one can put on their instructional design project that or initiative or center that they happen to be working on. She can frame it in a unique and exciting and interesting way. And when I was asked to speak on diversity, equity, and inclusion last year, she had done a talk on that and was able to provide me with lots of resources there too. So she knows a lot of things. And if you'd like to email her after this session, I will provide her email, but just you can look it up online. Merve, now I've given you a little introduction there. Would you like to tell us what you're going to show us today and give us a very brief demonstration?
Sure. Thanks, Dr. Bong, for this kind, beautiful introduction. Today, I'm going to show you an immersive learning environment, Verbella. Let me share my screen first. So this semester, I'm teaching 2 courses. And in order to get rid of the two-dimensional feeling of Zoom, I am inviting my students to Verbella for the office hours. So it's kind of a more 3D interaction. And this environment is something very close to reality. I personally loved it a lot. So I'm still experimenting with some features. And also, as Dr. Bong said, I can call myself as a space researcher, how learning, communication, interaction happens in different classroom settings. And especially this year, I'm kind of exploring this space to understand how it happens, especially for the online courses, how our communication, how our personal space, or what kind of real life interactions are transferred, moved to these kind of spaces. So first of all, if you want to create an account, you need to go to verbella.com, and after putting a Gmail or any email address and defining a username, you are going to have the account and the first screen, and also you are going to download the program. It works on your desktop. You will be asked to choose an avatar, and then you will be just directed to this welcome area. Let me show you. The interface is pretty simple. In order to walk, you need to use the arrow keys. So first of all, it is free. This is the best thing, all campus. But if you want to hire, if you want to rent some private spaces like classrooms or office spaces, you are supposed to pay. But let's say here, I think there is an event right now. Somebody left a note. Click on go to downtown and attend to Chicago Book Fair. I think I'm gonna try that option, but I want to show you something first. Do you see these circles, blue circles? When you go to inside of these circles, it means that this is private space. So you can invite your friends and sit here and have a private chat with people inside the circles. So nobody is gonna hear you in this environment, in this space. For this reason, you don't have to pay for a private office if your purpose is only have a conversation. So for the first time, I just requested a demo from the director of the CEO of this program, and she invited me under the red umbrellas. So we had our first meeting here, and it was a kind of different experience for me as well. With the director, we talk about what is my purpose, how am I going to use the tool. So let me show you other features as well. As I said, you have private spaces and public spaces. In public spaces, you can have a lot of cafes, cultural centers, offshore experiences. Let's follow the downtown and Chicago Book Fair. So somebody has already, it takes a couple minutes to upload to the room. In my first week, I did the same. I'm going to show a mini video after this. I included the expectations in syllabus, the tasks, the assignments into different rooms, and also assign names for students. So they just left their introductions asynchronously. So the suites are like this. You can include videos, video links. I think for each book, there are some customized offices, rooms. You can
Drinking warm water before bed balances blood sugar levels overnight.
So people can explore the information in each room. Kind of you had to move, you are exposed to audio, video at the same time. And also it has some other meeting areas, auditoriums, amphitheaters, outdoors and natures. For my office hours with my students, we just came to this campfire field. Again, you see the blue circles. That means that only people inside the circles will hear you. By the way, what I mean by hear you, do you see this microphone option? When you click on it, people in the world in this circle will hear me now. So you can have similar conversations. And the best thing is you will see the subtitles as well. So in terms of accessibility, this is something important as well. So, I mean, you can invite people, have your meetings, conversations, etc. After you download it and explore it by yourself, you will get a better feeling and better understanding of this environment. So very quickly, let me show you the video I just recorded, if I can find it. Yes, this is my first week video. I customize the environments based on my syllabus and with some TTU flags. I included the welcome video here as well. Usually I include them in the Blackboard, the learning management system, but it was a different grading for this time.
So this is a space for your class. This is a demo for Texas Tech students in your class.
Yes.
In what class?
Evaluation, instructional systems evaluation. I have 24 students and they will have group projects in the upcoming weeks. So with their pairs, I included some rooms for them, and their purpose is only to visit their designated room and post a PowerPoint slide presentation about who are they, what are their favorite hobbies, or some fun facts about them. So kind of an icebreaker activity. At the same time, get to know each other in an asynchronous way.
So the name of this tool again is called?
Virbela.
It's spelled V-E-R?
V-I-R-B-E-L-A here.
B-E-L-A. V-I-R-B-E-L-A.
Virbela. Mm-hmm.
Bella. And is it free or and has a paid version, or how does it work?
This is actually a product of a doctoral dissertation in the United States. Somebody created it as an artifact at the end of a doctoral dissertation, and then after COVID, it became a company because people like the graphics, interactions, etc. So it is a free campus, like as I showed you, different spaces similar to a real campus, including cultural centers, outdoor activities, offices, cafes, restaurants. These public ones are free. However, if you want to create your own private space, people can only access with some passwords, protected password like this. Here I customize everything and I have more authority to include videos, slides, sound files, etc. So for this kind of space, you have to pay for it. Similar to renting an office, you are renting a virtual office actually.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like buying islands in the old Second Life.
yes,
And,
exactly.
Texas at Austin bought a bunch of islands to have every class have chats with authors and all sorts of things, have hot tub chats. And I mean, so does this version where you're customizing cost money?
They gave me a code for 5 months for 24 students. It was around $1,200.
Ooh, okay.
It was kind of an expensive. But
So
as I
how did you get to use it for free then? Or did you pay
Actually,
$1,200?
I-
Texas Tech has lots of money.
I'm now using the free version. These kind of campsites, close to beach. I'm inviting students, and by just sitting somewhere like private zones, we are having conversations.
So what would you call this? A virtual world, an immersive world? What category of technology tools does this go in? It's VR, right?
This is, yes, but you don't need any Googles, any headsets to experience the feeling.
So is there a different category for those that require headsets and those that don't require headsets? Are they
Yes.
called something? Are they called something different?
Right. Mm-hmm.
What name would you call this compared to headset-based VR? Would you call this two-dimensional VR maybe, or?
I think immersive is used for those especially, but there is a confusion. As I said, we don't have any sustainability. They use the same terminology for this environment. Even if you don't need headsets, you can still that immersive experience. I'm not sure in conclusion, these are using interchangeably.
Are there a maximum number of students you can have to get the free version?
No, everybody, you are just going to give the instructions. Everybody will create their own account by themselves individually. So whoever enters the world, they will always come to the welcome area. So you can maybe send the instructions in advance. You can say like here, hey guys, we are going to meet under the, I don't know, umbrellas or in the cafe. You can find it like in the real life. You
Right.
can decide a similar meeting place, and then together you can walk to somewhere safe, somewhere secure.
That boat reminds me of San Diego Harbor, but it
Yeah,
has a lot more boats in San Diego Harbor where ARA was a couple of years ago. Yeah, it does. It's reminiscent. Oh, there are more boats there, so maybe it is San Diego Harbor or trying to be. So, does it expire do you have only so much time to use this, and then you have to?
I think as long as you have your active account, your email account and password, it doesn't expire.
Is there data on users? Do they say, well, we got 5,000 paid users or 1 million people are using this? Do you know any data on this?
Just for the private spaces, you have to be careful about the numbers because some people are organizing conferences during COVID.
Right.
You can invite hundreds of people, but in that situation, your payment will increase.
Uh-huh.
But for the free version, the directors are so lovely people. They are helping, explaining a lot. I recommend you send an email to Mira and Sarah. They are taking care of these kind of questions regarding numbers. So I don't want to give a miss number, wrong information.
So
I think,
Mira and Sarah you can find their names on the About, I guess, at
yes,
the company homepage. So Mira or who's the other one? Mira and
Sarah.
Sarah. Um, how many total users across the world? They don't have any, that would be I'd have to talk to Sarah or Mira to get that.
Currently, as I said, I'm not sure, but currently at this moment, we have 3 people in this world.
Okay.
So I don't see where are they now. Maybe they are in the private spaces.
Right.
But overall,
Yeah. So I guess you can stop this part. We'll go back out. As a final question or two before we go for today, what's your take on virtual worlds? What do you see as some of the advantages and disadvantages of the VR and AR? Because we're reading about AR this week as well, augmented reality. Do you have any comments or things that my students might be interested that's coming on the future?
for me, it is something, as I say, new for me as well. I'm still exploring to understand how people perceive, conceive, and experience those virtual spaces. But so far, I don't know, maybe because of this program, they can mimic everything. Like I forgot showing you the dance figures, facial expressions. You can do all at the same time in this verbal environment. So since it is kind of close to reality, I'm happy it is bringing a gamification experience in terms of engagement, and especially my students are graduate students. I don't know how it works for the K-12 students. Maybe their reaction will be double, triple better. So we should try, I guess. It is a field that requires more research. So some future recommendation, we need more research.
And if you'd like to contact Merve down at Texas Tech University, I will provide her email address for all of you.
Absolutely.
And you can ask her questions. I'm sure she'd like to give you some opinions and some facts, both.
Absolutely.
I thank Merve for making appearance in the class, given her first year schedule. I'm sure as a new professor, I was one once a long time ago. I know what the first year is like. So thank you, Merve, for being part of R678 in the spring of 2024, week 5, part 1. On augmented reality. And we kind of VR last week. So VR and AR and immersive worlds and all this stuff just happens to be in the special issues that we're covering. And I saw Merve tinkering. I saw her post a Facebook post or a LinkedIn or something. I said, well, why don't you show this? So thank you again. I'm going to stop the recording to the cloud, and thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.